The major change at the U.S. border in just hours. At midnight Eastern Time, Title 42, the pandemic-era rule that allowed the U.S. to turn back migrants citing COVID concerns, will now expire. So how the rules will now change. Matt Rivers, just across the U.S. border in Mexico tonight.
Tonight, a landmark change in U.S. immigration policy as the clock ticks down to midnight and the end of Title 42, that pandemic-era health policy allowing for the quick expulsion of millions of migrants.
If anyone arrives at our southern border after midnight tonight, they will be presumed ineligible for asylum and subject to steeper consequences.
Ahead of that deadline, hundreds by the border in Arizona before dawn, mothers and children waiting. In the morning, instructions. Officials telling them to put belongings in plastic bags before boarding DHS buses. This crush of migrants crossing the Rio Grande in Matamoros, Mexico, only to be met by Texas law enforcement on the other side. A family carrying a baby in a suitcase there, just as determined to get to the U.S. as they are to flee what they left behind. The rush to the southern border before Title 42 ends for a reason. Anyone deported can still simply return to the border and try again without penalty. Hola, ¿cómo están? Exactly what these migrants are doing here in Ciudad Juarez.
¿Estás intentando otra vez? Sí. So she's saying there basically that they were deported from Matamoros, which is further down the border. If we look this way, they're going to try again.
But all that changes at midnight, when most asylum applications in the U.S. will now require two things. Non-Mexican migrants must apply for and be denied asylum in another country first, and migrants will need to schedule an appointment at a port of entry using a CBP app. Don't follow those rules, and migrants almost certainly face deportation, unable to enter the U.S. for at least 5 years. More than 20,000 migrants now in U.S. Border Patrol custody, with some facilities now over capacity, DHS releasing some migrants under strict conditions, like curfews and GPS ankle monitoring for the head of the family.
I cannot overstate the strain on our personnel and our facilities.
And David, you can see there's still hundreds of migrants across the border there behind me, and in all likelihood, they will still be there come midnight. Border Patrol officials have been processing them all week long, albeit very slowly. The real change will come once authorities decide the fates of those migrants once they pass through that border wall. David?
Matt Rivers, who's been on this for weeks. Matt, thank you. Next.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.